Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be talking about magic tomes. We're going to be taking a look at some of the skills, whether or not they are worth it, whether the different packs at different varying values are going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and dig in. So, of course, if you didn't see, the October packs did come out, so make sure you grab the $1 inventory expansion. Most notably, though, the 1000 Magic Tome pack did come out with 1000 Magic Tomes. It gives you access to 2 of the sub-passive abilities, and it gives you access to 1 of the active abilities. Most notably, this is going to be really powerful for, say, Witch, where you can get a copy of Blink, or you can get like 2 copies of Quick Overcome for PvP. So like if you're a Lava Valley Witch right now, you're probably looking at this, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna buy all 3 packs, because this does tend to support players that are very PvP focused, particularly witches. So if you thought witches were powerful, or you're playing a witch, this is going to be really good for you, right? You're going to get the 1000 pages. You're going to get Quick Overcome, which gives CC resistance. You're going to get access to a copy of Blink. It's just a win-win. So for witches, I think this is a no-brainer. I think you can go pretty crazy on this. We did also have the Magic Tome special pack, and again, if you are looking at maxing out like Quick Overcome, which I know a lot of people have talked about, this absolutely is worth it, because it's essentially a 300 magic page value, so to say. So it is a good resource to spend on. Now, a lot of people may be wondering what the passives do, what their stats are. So Quick Overcome is one of the passives that has been getting a lot of traction and a lot of conversation around it, particularly for the capability to decrease the duration of stun, knockdown, and subdue by 20% at the minimum level. At max level, it is going to be 40%, so it's pretty chunky. You can see it increases by about 2% each time as you go up. So it is a very powerful passive, and particularly for people who are in the position of getting stunned, knocked down, or subdued, particularly in PvP, this is going to be an exceptionally powerful passive. So again, this is a very good passive, and a lot of people probably would not buy this on a normal situation, because they're going to be much more focused on their class abilities or their class passives. For example, for Rogue, I'm much more focused on risk and return for increasing my damage potential than I am for Quick Overcome. Arguably, Quick Overcome would probably save me more in PvP, but because I'm not in top 100 in PvP really anyway, it's not a huge concern for me. But being able to get access to Quick Overcome just as like an additional bonus onto getting 1000 of these pages is hugely valuable. You could even make an argument that some of the other abilities are pretty good, like Critical Flow, attack speed up 5% on 5 seconds on critical hit is pretty good. And again, that maxes out, I believe it's at 10%. Which is very good. You compare that particularly with Rogue. Deadly Tempo, attack speed up when enemies are defeated. There's just a lot of good things that can come from this, and there's a lot of good things that will help you in the long run. So I think a lot of these packs are pretty good, and I think they offer a way to get kind of the, you know, they're good abilities, but they're kind of like the abilities that you wouldn't prioritize, right? So like Quick Overcome, I'm sure there's people who prioritize this and this is their focus, but I feel like most people are focused on, like in Rogue's case, getting more risk and return or getting more distortion arrows. So to be able to get the 1000 tomes, be able to grab Distortion Arrow, which, remember, our PvP abilities were sold previously for $79.99. So essentially, having a pack with 1000 tomes, 2 passives, and a Blink, right, for Witch in this situation is crazy, because you're basically getting double the value in terms of tomes than you would have gotten in the previous bundle if you had bought Distortion Arrow or any of these other abilities. So when I'm looking at the Magic Tomes, if we're talking about money per value per, you know, players like skill and dominance, I think it's a no-brainer if you are a spender in this game, or if you're focused on PvP, or if you play Witch. Now, for every other class, I would question, particularly you know, for Rogue. Granted, the abilities in the chest that you do get in the 79.99 pack, Blink is pretty good. Like Healing Branches is okay for Angie, right? You have Rogue's ability, which is completely useless. You have Ignore Pain for Destroyer, which is okay. And then they have like weirdly like Kingdom Attack and Kingdom Defense buffs bundled in there. So it's just becomes kind of a situation of like, what's the best bang for your buck and what are you really trying to prioritize on your character? And I know for me, risk and return is my focus. I really don't think leveling up Distortion Arrow is going to help me in terms of dealing damage. So for me, I would, if I were spending money on these magic pages, I would probably buy that pack. The other thing you want to think about too is the value of the $79.99 pack versus the value of the other packs. So when you're looking at, for example, this page, the Magic Tome special page, right? So you're going to get 350, a total of 450 magic pages. And then you are going to get at least one copy of one of these books. So like Quick Overcome, right? So that's about 300 pages. So you're looking at a total of about 750 magic pages for $29.99. You do get some other things. I'm not counting the value of the Master's Magic Tome chest because these can be very variable. I think, you know, they do kind of add in, if you throw in even another 100 there, that's like 850 magic pages value, right? If we're talking. So if we break it down in terms of value, let's pull up the calculator here. So this would be like 850 divided by 30, right? And then we'll find out price per dollar. So that's going to be about 28 magic tomes per dollar, right? That's kind of what it breaks down to. Now, if you go back to the other bundle for the October bundle, right? And you're assuming that, you know, all of these give value of some type. Unfortunately, the Citadel Skillbook Selection Chest doesn't have a magic page associated value with it. But these do. So it's essentially a 1600 page value for 80, right? So if you do that, you're going to get about a 20 magic page value per dollar for this one. So if you are looking to be a thrifty spender, unless you're a witch, I would probably avoid the main pack here. If you're wanting to just focus on your regular amount of money, I would focus on the Magic Tome Special Check-In. Now, the daily login is a little bit difficult to quantify in terms of the value. It is $20, right? And you do get a variety of chests. You also get free, so you're guaranteed about 50. You're guaranteed a minimum of 10 on each chest. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 70. So you're guaranteed a minimum of 120 for $20, which for those of you that can do the math very quickly, that's 5 Magic Tome pages, or sorry, that is 5 Magic Tome pages for every dollar spent, basically. So again, this is just like my napkin math in my head. I am not a math expert, but it just seems to me that if you're looking to spend, the Magic Tome Special is going to be the way to go. And a lot of this is really dependent on if you put value on any of these skills. If you are, you know, someone who wants Critical Flow, if you're someone who wants, you know, Deadly Tempo or Quick Overcome, right? These could be very powerful abilities in Lava Valley. But again, if you're a newer player or you're a player who, you know, in my situation, right? I'm like, Quick Overcome is absolutely a good ability, but it's not going to be the difference between me making it into top 100 Lava Valley, right? Like if I had a choice between spending $80 on a pack right now for Magic Tomes for Rogue, right? Or if I were to invest that into Asterite, right? And potentially curse my weapons more to give my character more power, arguably that would be much more powerful. It is riskier, but it would be much more powerful long-term for the amount of money. So lots of things to think about. And I think with the GL cursing system, you do have to take in to consideration you know, how is this going to affect my damage? Is this going to affect my damage more than if I invested this money in Asteroid, right? There's a lot of things to factor in here. So let me know what you guys think down below. I know everybody's pretty big fans of Quick Overcome, and I'm sure a lot of people are pretty hyped for it. And I will talk to you guys all next time.